We will try to make it work. With the grab we should hit the missing land. You generally want to hit a non-land with this, so everything is on the awkward side, but you know, it's fine. We will get there. With Overlord we can also get some extra value. Please, let's hit a swamp. We actually missed swamp. No way, man. No way. That means we have to take the greeter and we need to try hitting again. Oh boy. Let's go for this in case we hit a tapland or something. That was literally the land I was thinking about. But we can just go with the Verge. I think this should be good enough. Let's go Verge. You need to carry this absolutely abysmal early game, but now after this turn we fixed everything. So we lost a lot of tempo, our opponent is going Forge, and Forge is normally super scary for decks like this, but it's not very scary for us. We have a creature, right? Not really. We only have this guy. I will block. This has trample, so it doesn't matter too much. I actually want a creature in the graveyard. Alright guys, so we play Roots, absolutely, which means we miss another turn. Bro, this could not be more awkward. I could go for Overlord into the greeter, but I think we need to set up Roots. Like, we are so far behind already. And with this we can, you know, try to get rid of something huge. Not really the Forge token, but we can actually outscale it completely. Bro, this would be a wild deck. Like, they will hit us with something really nasty soon. This is already 4 damage. We don't have first strike, so the trample goes through, so we only mitigate 1 damage. We need to set up way faster. So our opponent generally should be outscaled very nicely, but with this draw it might not work good enough. So instead we need to go for the Overlord. I would love to set up second one, but then we die. So that seems like a pretty bad idea. Alright, finally. Probably Town Greeter, I would guess. On this turn, because it's double green and it searches for a land. And you guessed it, we need some lands in our lives. So this is a little bit of a setup turn. Bro, I will never get this swamp. It's fine, it's fine. We can get this, put the counter on something. Probably, what is something? Probably this. This will be +2/+2 this turn, so it's a 3/4. It can block the Courage nicely. I will go for it, we'll see. This could be our champion, the plant champion, basically. We can swing because reasons. They don't want to trade. It's still a 3/3 creature, so you know they don't want to lose it to 1/1. So incredibly slow start for our part. We are like 2 or 3 turns behind of the game plan. We broke the curve like 4 times already, playing not the right spell, but we are still in this game and we are against the most scaling, inevitable card that just kills you in time. So if you aren't fast against this card, you will die. Lizard. I don't love seeing Lizard. I really have non-creature spells. However, we can just try to go for non-creature for creature spells, try to live gain with Ooze, get a ton of board, and just try to, you know, basically play dry without, you know, spells like this. We need to take those hits though. Oh, this hurts so much. This might be the last hit we take. We want all the plants because they scale with the next plants. So I think it's worth to block at the last possible moment. 3 mana. This could be parent spell, so we need to be careful. Don't forget they also take damage from playing this type of stuff. I mean, this is a really good one. The colors do not matter. This is any color. Alright, this finally fixes it. Alright, with this we can do stuff. So first things first. Destroy target creature. They can try to pump it and save it. Let's see if they do. But taking a single point of damage I think is worth it. So we can finally go for this. And this is where we finally can actually play our deck to full extent. We have only 3 mana on this turn, so it won't be the big turn, but it's at least the first turn of, you know, all of this stuff. We could go for the Ooze, live game. We can go Overlord and try to hit something. This is... oh, we actually have to tap like this. Alright, I think this is good enough. We'll just block with the Nexus. I think we can tank 1 more hit, but after this we need to actually play the game and try to tank the Forge every turn. This won't be easy. This actually won't be easy. We need a 1-drop so we can play it already on this turn, right? We could go for the Mite and try to... do we want to show it? Yeah, this is our last reanimation, so it has to be my Haywire Mite. Alright, we are getting the stuff. The fact that we get double... By the way, this could start happening on turn 3 if our draw was better, so you can imagine how incredibly ahead we would be. Those would be probably 11-11 by now, but it's fine. Alright, they got the perfect answer. We unfortunately don't have Tyvar, so we cannot use this mana. Really unfortunate so far on every front, but now we have at least chunky stats, so we can go for it. So I hope we are close to reversing the game. They only have 2 cards. This Forge is literally carrying them. A random Dracosar with haste, hitting us for 7. It's probably not on my favorite list. We can block it to prevent 7 damage, so we kinda have to. That is also tapped, so they cannot block. I think we need to try to kill them. And I think there is a chance we can. Do I have to lose this? Yep. The answer is yes. Yes, you do. See how magical things no trample does to stuff? Suddenly, you are not dead. Crazy stuff. So we have to go for the Ooze and probably triple exile. I should really count the Leafa. They will probably block the biggest one. So we can get 3 creatures probably. I'm not checking the graveyard to not give up the game plan. So it's 6, 11, 15. No, a 16. We'll miss 1. We'll actually miss 1. I still think it's worth it. Let's go. We live gain, we create some creatures. Maybe we can get this to hit us and not kill us. We might go above 5. We will probably, like, I think we will be at 7. Unfortunately, they made the right block. And see, that's why it was so important to keep this for future. And, you know, we do what we have to do. Here we go, Lizard. I wonder if they can burn. Nope. No priority. So we need to triple live gain and triple activate it. What? Can this game be any more awkward? Our opponent will literally be at 1, with us whiffing S. Oh no, we have double roots! Okay, never mind. Like, we scaled so crazy, we will probably overkill them by 20. I forgot we have double roots, which means double triggers. And that should probably be enough, right? Oh man, this game was so close. And you can see, even with this type of opening, you can fix it. We might be forced to chomp this, which is not great. We need 1 extra turn to scale the board so hard that we can survive. That's fine, that doesn't do much. The problem is that the damage stacks already. Do I want this mana? I think we need to go into the loop. They're hitting face, which is kinda nice, at least Tyvar survives. And we also get a creature in the graveyard this way, so it might actually help us a little bit. Alright guys, first Overlord. We need to do some crazy magic. They have flyers, so this will kill us later. Right, we are hitting creatures at least, that's super important. Mite is nice. A little bit slow, but it's fine. I think we need to go with Mite. Guys, there is still a chance. There is still a chance. We can go with this. We exile a card, we get the mana. We need to exile as many creatures on this turn as possible, because our board will actually scale harder than theirs if we have time. This is this 1 turn I was talking about. Maybe we can go with Over. This is basically a guaranteed hit. Don't forget, every new plant can be activated instantly, and they also can block. So we can create 3 creatures a turn extra, so we can get the good stuff. Let's go for the Tender. It can also use ability on the same turn. It's a creature, so it triggers stuff. We play this. You can see that we have potential to do a lot on this turn. Probably Maverick. Can we mill more? Not really. We can just do it normally, to be honest. We could also mill the card from the top and untap it with Tyvar. Something we kinda want. Alright, I need to focus. If we go Maverick, we don't get too much. I think we need mana more. We can just go this. That's better. That's actually better. More creatures. We untap this one. Where is the mana coming from? Oh, from the pool. That's probably a good idea. We can create a huge plant. Maybe this one will be able to block something and try it. Yep. Bro, we are winning. You know that we are winning this. And we want to mill more cards, but we don't have a way to do it right now. We can go Roots. Actually, we'll wait for this. We play this and we chill on this turn. That should be enough to survive. We have tons of mana, we can block. And after blocking, we can exile all the Ooze stuff. And life gain will help against this fire, because this will try to close the game after they cannot go through the ground. So this was the turn when we are super vulnerable. We went all in on the board. Half of our creatures are tapped, half are not scaled enough, and we need to survive this huge turn, hopefully getting a good trade with Chocobo or something. Alright, this is most of their mana. I love this play. This does nothing. It basically doubles the effect that was already here. I guess the triggers are kinda good, but Scry means they still cannot draw the card. But they can play the top card, so they will get a lot of trigger. They probably want Fabled Passage, so they can scale everything crazily. But we can still chomp block, as long as there's no trample. It's not as horrible, right? Right? We can actually scale harder than this, probably. If we get the machine going, you know? But this will be close. Oh, this is the last thing I wanted to see. Is that Roots or a creature? Let's see. This is important. This could be Ooze as well. Alright, so they're going for the biggest stuff. Let's go for the green mana. Hurts. Not gonna lie, life gain doesn't help as well. We of course suck... oh, we actually don't have stuff. It doesn't matter then. We could mill a card. But it's fine. We actually want this to block. Because this is a card, so we want this to go into graveyard instead of a token. As you can see, they are already preparing to finish Lethal on air. That's exactly what we are talking about. And we can use Tyvar on the next turn for -2. So, that being... I nearly clicked no blocks, by the way. We could double block this, which is not bad. Or we can just get rid of the Quest Caller. Chocobo is interesting. It cannot kill both. And how many? We can only create 0 creatures. That's not too much. So we can trade against this, prevent some triggers, take, what, 6 damage and go from there. I like it. I'll be honest, I think this is a decent play. Let's mill a card and try to hit some creatures. That is a creature. Which means we probably want to activate it right now. This also grows a plant. I mean, we are doing stuff, you know? And I don't have more creatures. If we had one more creature, man, we could actually trade against Chocobo easily with single creature. But we are doing stuff. We are at 4, so that will make it easier to survive another turn. And here's... Oh, no, 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 no. There's a tasty creature in the board. Bro, this is awkward. This Ooze is eating a cool Chocobo, and I feel bad about it. Alright. Let's go for the craziest board you have ever seen. Shall we? This should be pretty good. I'm going with it. I'm actually going absolutely all in with this whole thing. With double roots, I think there is a chance we just kill them. We want as many creatures in the graveyard as we can. And we have 1 right now. We can get Tyvar with this. But it costs mana. So I think instead... we exile with the Ooze using Elf. So we mill a card. Creature. Very nice. Very nice. And I think... man, we could just try to go for Tyvar. I'm not playing it optimally, but I want to... yeah. I think we have this. Look at the board. We would get probably 2 triggers on all the plants. And our opponent is duressing us already. I mean, they have a ton of good targets. They went with the Cauldron, which is interesting. That was a really quick pick. We could go for Tyvar already, but we can miss. They probably don't have Planeswalker removal, but they might have this card. I will go with Tyvar here. Let's exile a card to get the mana. I kinda am inclined to wait until we guarantee a creature, to be honest, and we can mill with this, which will speed up... No, no, no. Damage isn't worth it. We actually want to, you know, develop. We want cards in the graveyard, mana, and roots. That's basically the idea. I really hope we don't mill roots from the top, but we have to take those risks. You never know what is on the top. Momentum Breaker. Alright, so this is going to the graveyard. I still think we mill it. We mill a card. It's just better for this deck. And now we have two creatures out of nowhere, and now Tyvar is Bro, see, this is how you instantly win games, man. This play actually probably won us the game. Look how much we are doing right now. What do we go for? Tender, because it can exile a creature. Don't forget with Tyvar, it has basically like haste in a way. So now we can exile a card, get mana. Bro, you will see this turn and it will make you, Joe hit the floor. Let's go for this one. We exile the least impactful creature. Now we can go for grab. We actually don't need to tap those even. Bro, you can see how crazy we are going. All of this, and our opponent played 2 cards. This feels really dirty. I think I will go with Town Greeter. See, this one play, setting up the Tyvar, was the winning play. Alright, so this was probably an equipment deck. They already are equipping something, so bro, 2-drop that is 5/3. Already pretty good start for our opponent. And we probably need to go with Roots, because we will be incredibly behind for the first turns. We are on the draw with no 1-drops, so we are like 2 turns behind already. But when we start going with the stuff, we can start going super wide with Roots, and hopefully we can outscale them. That's the game plan. Okay, so this could be 7, right? It only gets the pump once. Alright, and for 5 mana it can create creatures for free. Oh boy, that will be a big boy. But this one doesn't have trample. So maybe. I'm kinda hopeful. So we need to hit a creature with this and get the roots, so it leaves the graveyard. Alright, there was a creature. Very close hit, man. Very close hit. And I actually will go for this, because it can mill a card. Or exile a card. Exiling a card means it leaves the graveyard, so I think this is a little bit better for the next turn. And Mite can be just activated instantly. And now we are starting to have blockers, which is really nice. This will take a while before we will answer the script. Bro, our opponent does not want this to be targeted. You can just also play Shelter by Ghost, which does the same thing, just better. And instead of putting 2 cards, you can put 1 that does all of this alone. So I think we block with this. 9 damage is quite a lot. I actually don't want to get hit by 9 damage. And we are basically getting incredibly out-tempoed, but our deck will absolutely win the late game. So if we can, stall this for like 1 or 2 turns, we should be ahead. They have 1-drop. This is a 1-drop. That's very interesting. We do not have a forest. Alright, that's important. We don't have creatures. What is the biggest problem? All of it? All of it is the biggest problem. So I think we start with this and we see what we hit. That's super important that we hit a creature. Then we get basically potentially 2 extra creatures. Alright, Mite, very good. Okay, I think we are doing it. This was exactly the type of hit we wanted. We go for this. Now we exile a card from the graveyard. We get, let's say, green mana. You can see that this deck can do a lot. And let's go for this one. It leaves the graveyard. And now we can start trading against their creatures. And also we get rid of the tap land, which is super nice. So next turn we have all the mana. Alright, see, this is the type of turn we wanted. Right now we can literally trade, and you can see what happens if red aggro decks do not have trample. Suddenly you can actually block them and try to get, ahead. So I will go with those 2 tokens. It seems like there's shenanigan involved. I don't know what type of shenanigan. If that's Monstrous Rage, it's +3, so 12 damage, so we don't die. I will go with it. Let's see. What is the combat trick? I don't think this only creates a token. Okay, not the biggest deal. Oh, alright. Okay, that's fine. So they can transfer all of this, but we still get the trade. I'm pretty happy with it. See? No trample, just does miracles to blocking. Who would predict? So we have 1 creature. This is a really good target for Tyvar, to be honest. And we want to mill more cards, because then, if we mill more cards, maybe we can exile a creature and get another one. We actually missed fully. Alright. A little bit on the rough side then. Maybe we can just make a creature in the graveyard. Yep, that seems to be a good solution. Let's go for this one, so they need to pay equip cost, we life gain. And now we have a creature in the graveyard, which means that we can exile a creature from the graveyard. You can see why this deck is really good if you master it. You can do so much with those 1-drops. And we can also use all them. Is that infinite combo? No, we don't have enough creatures. We actually don't have more creatures. And we cannot put more into the graveyard. So I think we just go with this, and we can start exiling stuff from our opponent's graveyard, life gaining and getting this creature stronger. And every time they equip something, we can spend mana and destroy it. And soon the Overlords will start flipping. See, if you can defend this first initial push, don't forget they were on the play with kinda incredible opening, having a 2 mana 5/3. So this was a good start, but we managed. And man, we are at 15, thanks to them not having trample. We would normally be at 3 or something. So yeah. Oh man, this opening is really nice, man. I'm already excited for it. So we are going with Sniper, so that means we will trade against anything they will do. We have Roots on turn 2, and then we can start go a little bit crazy with the Cauldron. It feels like Mono Red for some reason. I don't know why, but it feels like Mono Red. But maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Are you Mono Red? Alright, good. Good. That's the cool version. But to be fair, against Mono Red we have a very good opening. We would probably win. So we need to drop Roots. But we can attack first and see what they will do. I was like literally thinking about instant speed duress if I can get punished by attacking it, and they will discard my Roots. Don't ask. That was the pause, alright? Cut down, sure. Absolutely amazing. And now we can go Roots. We also have a creature in the graveyard, so it will, believe me, it will leave the graveyard very soon. Having Roots in the board is insane against this deck. Because Mono Black loves trading 1 for 1, and they actually don't have card advantage except Annex. So you can do some crazy shenanigans with this. Do we go with Cauldron? We can already exile a creature. Or just go with Ooze. And you know, have it die. I think I will play this to break their curve a little bit. That's also a nice setup for the future. And if they duress, they actually won't hit too much. I guess the grab, but you know, it's not the biggest deal. This is Annex turn. They really want it. Let's see. If they have Annex, this will be super good for them, and we will need to fight like tooth and nail for this win. If they don't, if you have Annex, you just play it. That's the rule. So we go for this one. We don't put the counter, but we still. I should. Okay. I think I could order it oppositely, so we put the counter after it. So I think maybe I could get it, I'm not sure. So how do we go about it? Overlord is really nice. There is a chance we'll hit a creature, so let's go for it. We need to get as many creatures as possible, as quickly as possible. Creature leaves the graveyard, we get a freebie. And we could go for the grab. Yeah, and then we can put the counter. I really like it. I really like it. We don't attack on this turn for 2, but we'll attack for probably 4 or 5 with the same creature on the next turn. And this gives them illusion that the damage is not scary. See? Like, this is not a big deal. And this one cannot provide mana. So our opponent thinks that the pressure is small, so they take damage from Annex, they set up for the late game. When they realize what the board is, they might be in some trouble. Unfortunately, they have land, which means they have probably another removal spell. And now we need to do something. Alright, let's go. Let's go. We start with this, and we see what exactly is going on. And we actually hit creatures. That's amazing. And we even have the Mite. So now we want to create the things. See? That play alone was enough to beat them, because they cannot do much here. Alright, let's go. We are going second, but with this deck, it doesn't matter because your whole deck is 1-drops basically. So you always get to play the game. That's crazy. I think we go with Elves, of course, so we can ramp. Our opponent is like helloing. Man, I always love Sephiroth against Cloud, like games. It just gets the whole new flavor, you know? So let's see what exactly is the play. I'm not sure. Triple color, alright. We want to play everything on this turn. I think we go forest, so we have triple green. And listen, we are going with it. Surveil. I think we need this. Creature in the graveyard, grab in the hand. And yep, we are a professional player today because we played 4 different cards on 3 mana. How? Because one of them produces mana. And this has been the craziest opening so far. And our opponent is with some dinosaurs. So next turn it's Zombify and we might die. Turn 4 standard, you know? The classic. This one is tapped unless you control a forest. I do control a forest. We could get rid of the treasure, but they probably have a land. This will be rough. I think we need the Death Toucher. I think we actually need to. So, I like it as well. We probably cash grab. And you know, we can hit roots here. I will main phase it. Because we have... Here you go. Here you go. That's what you need. Let's go, roots. And now we can start producing creatures. We attack with those. Oh, Vigilance. That's a keyword. Alright, this is... Man, I'm so scared of this turn. I know that it will drop like 50,000 dinosaurs on me. But at least we can Death Touch block. So that's like my only hope here. Here you go. Here you go. I think we lost. I kid you not. I think we actually lost. And to be fair, if I killed the treasure, they wouldn't be able to go for Rakdos. Well, you are a very brave dragon sniper, and it's close to dragon. That's a ton of damage, and let's see. No way, they whiffed! They fully whiffed! I'm at 3. I'm close to that. You know what? We can actually win from this. No way. Oh no, I feel bad for my opponent. We don't have emote for it. I'll go with this one. So what can we do? We need green mana. We go Insidious Roots. Now we want the Maverick and we keep the Mite. We absolutely need to get some extra power here. And we go on Maverick because this is the card that will keep attacking. Like, we cannot waste it, alright? I want to win this now. Let's go. This one doesn't need to tap. We need green mana. It's fine. I will take 1 damage. So if they play something, we can kill... Bro, if they have another Zombify, I will lose my mind. I think they might. Will we still die next turn to the exact same thing? Please, please, please. I need some time. I'm doing great. I just need to not get, you know, a mythic dinosaur on my face every single turn. If that would be a possibility, thank you. Surveil. Good for them, so they can, you know, find the land, but bad for that. Well, not really. They only need 5 mana for the whole deck, basically. A Tally. And they did not like it. That's a really bad sign. I'm dead. I'm actually dead. You know what? We'll try to fight it. So... There's nothing. I wanted to remove Rakdos joins up, but we are not killing it yet. What's that Zombify? Oh my god, this is so much. Bro, we are at turn 4 and 5, and we are getting barraged with tons of dinosaurs. I think they will break. Like, I cannot handle double reanimation, you know, so early. Like, we needed roots probably on turn 2 in order to beat this kind of stuff. So, yep. That has haste. And that kills us. Alright, I think that's pretty good. You know, listen, the game was even. I need to go. I don't have too much time. So, you know, nobody knows how it would end. Alright, let's give him the kill. I think our opponent deserved. A nice hit. No blocks. I could probably survive and leave at 1, but, you know, we wouldn't win from there. Especially that they have flyer. Alright, we are going first. This is a nice opening. Pretty juicy one, and I think we go with Town Greeter. This card is really good, man. Like, I think we'll be seeing this card in a lot of decks, because the fact that you mill cards, but you also, you know, get a land back is so huge. And if you could play Towns in a deck, you get even more value. Like, life gain on top of this is just amazing. So let's go with the Verge, maybe. I think we go with Town Greeter, right? Overlord scales faster. You know what? If we play it faster, but we might miss, I will take the risk. I will take the risk. Because if we hit something, and we should generally, well, we just milled 50% of our roots from the whole deck. I mean, just shuffler things, you know? It broke my heart. Alright, I'm not getting my stuff right now. But you cannot know what is on top of your library, and you know what? We go with Scavenger. This is why this is in the deck, to prevent the shuffler shenanigans. Not really, because, you know, it's just a joke, but still, this is the card that is supposed to take the roots from your graveyard in case something goes, you know, very wrong like this. Actually, this deck has less ways to get back roots from the graveyard than you would expect, because most of, like, effects like, you know, what is the name? Dredger's Insight and stuff like this actually takes Lantern. Bro, look at this. They have the best deck of the format, and if anything goes wrong, instantly they scoop. They just... no. So guys, I hope it was fun to watch, and this deck actually went 9 and 5 in Mythic ladder, so I'm super happy about it. And in tournaments, I've seen this exact version. It's always this version, every single card is exactly the same, going multiple times 5 and 0. So this seems to be the choice if you want to play roots. It worked for me even in best of 1, so I'm really happy. I didn't compare the sideboards, I'm not, you know, paying too much attention to them, so if you're a best of 3 player, that's here you go, you get the full sideboard here. And I'm pretty happy with the deck, with Town Greeter as addition to this deck, and also the other Golgari self-mill. This card is amazing, it helps you so much, and I'm warming up toward Dragon Sniper. That is really good one-turn play, especially with all the aggressive decks. And of course, Haywire Mite, always solving everything in the board. Forges, annexes, whatever. So I'm pretty happy with the deck. We didn't play it optimally because I noticed watching the video that I missed the fact that you need to exile from your graveyard with roots to get the creature. And I know that in one game against the Magebane Lizard, I actually exiled from the graveyard of opponent, missing some triggers. So, you know, this is a great deck to master, but it already performed and it can only get better from this. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all the patrons that allow us to make content every single day for you guys. And really thank you guys for supporting the channel. It means a ton to me. And yeah, I hope you are enjoying the channel. So thank you and see you tomorrow.